Morning. I'm just going to enhance my natural curls today. It's so muggy and hot, so there's no point trying to fight my curls. So I've got Colour Wow, Cocktail, Dream Coat, and just some of the 3 more inches root spray in around this area. I love it because it doesn't go hard and crispy, but it gives your hair so much volume. Yesterday I did it with a big round brush and it was so full and it lasted all day. So that's a really good root spray for anybody who wants some volume. So what I'm going to do is just let this dry naturally underneath. I'd say my hair is about 80% dry now, still a little bit damp through the top. So I'm just going to use the standard 30 ml barrels, literally just to give me a little bit of direction just through this top and to give me a little bit of height. And then areas around here where my curls drop a little bit, we've all got areas where it doesn't curl so well. I'll just nip through those ends just to soften those under. But generally these curls under here, although I might go through some of the ends, the underneath wave, I'll just show you the underneath wave, because my hair curls right to the root. I want that to dry naturally, and you can see how that's already lifting, so I want that to just lift my top layers. So I'm just going to just keep scrunching that up, and then you can see my curls start about here, so I just want to lift them up a little bit. It's a really great look for somebody who's got naturally curly hair, who just wants to make it feel like it's a little bit more done. High speed, medium heat, and again, just keep an eye on the arrows. I'm going to take the curls that way and then switch over to the other side, okay? I don't need to be too fussy about it being fully dry either, because obviously I want it to still settle into those natural curls. So it really is just a really quick fix. So you can see I'm not going to cool shot it or anything. I'm going to literally grab a few sections just so that it kind of has a little bit more control about it. And then once it dries, these curls here will just sit on top of your own natural curls, but it just feels like your hair's done rather than you've not made any effort with it at all. Somebody asked me the other day how I get lift away from my forehead. So you can see I'm pulling that hair away, and I'm pulling it away from where it wants to go so that it really straightens out that root. But so that I get a nice bit of lift away from your scalp there. You can see I'm really being quite random with it. There's no specific direction. I'm just grabbing at them. Once I put my product through, I always comb my hair through and put it in exactly the position I want it to dry. So I comb it really flat, get my parting or split it wherever you want it to split, and then just let it start to dry while I get dressed, so that by the time you start styling it, your hair's already started to form that shape. Otherwise you'll find if you've got any strong areas in your fringe or anything, it will just fight it. So always just comb it into shape. So here I don't want to straighten out any of my curls at all, so I'm just going to literally just pop the barrel just under the tiny ends, just so that it just softens that a little bit, because my hair does go a little bit straighter down at the bottom throughout the day. That'll just keep it looking chunky. But again, I don't want to straighten that underneath at all. Pretty much it for that side, and then I'll switch barrels, and then I'm going to have the arrow facing away from my face, so just do exactly the same on this side. Anybody who's having trouble with their curls holding, curl the ends of your hair first, then re-wrap it. You can see it started to dry to about there. Then make sure your hair's fully on the barrel, and then wrap it to the root. That'll really help you almost to create that double barreled curl, and it'll really help the curls at the ends to hold better. Plus it'll make sure it's fully dry. I'll just show you again. So just wrap the ends first. I'll just show you. So the ends have already curled, and then wrap up to the root, and that'll really help those curls to hold a little bit more. I don't tend to use mousse when I'm using this this method, because I don't like the crunchiness in it when it dries. So I've literally just got my Colour Wow on. I've actually got the Colour Wow Dream Coat for curly hair on, I think, today, but because I'm leaving it to dry, but equally they both work. The only difference with them is the Supernatural Colour Wow needs heat activating to get the shine on it, whereas this one for curly hair doesn't need heat activating. Again, just using that underneath to really lift that. Again, I'm going to pull away from it, so I want to get a bit of lift at those roots. I'm pulling quite hard against my roots there. And the same on this one. It just lifts it away from the scalp a little bit. Then just tip those ends under just a little bit through the bottom. Don't worry if it looks a bit strange here, because once you've got it fully dry, you can just pop the comb through that section at the root. Sometimes your roots can look a bit crunchy or a bit greasy until they're sort of softened through a bit, so don't worry about that. You can just pop your comb through just at the very roots, just to loosen up that hair at the scalp a little bit. So probably if you're not impatient, you could just leave that like that now, go and get your breakfast. Just keep scrunching up those bottom curls and just let that set as much as you can. Then what I normally do is just chuck my head upside down, ruffle the whole lot up right to the root, and then just settle it through and pop a bit of Paul Mitchell Freeze and Shine on. But you can see it just gives it a bit of direction, but it's sitting quite nicely on my own curls.